Okay, so you're probably wondering why in the hell we're all here right now. Do you guys remember how excited I was at the All-Star break when we signed Biyombo to be in San Antonio to back up Wembanyama, which was the original plan and initial reason to help to provide depth at the front court position so Wemby didn't have to do it all by himself? Well, it turns out I had an even bigger reason to be excited about him being here because after Wembanyama went down with the blood clots for the remainder of the season, Biyombo was called as the next man up, and he sure as hell delivered as to why he was brought into San Antonio to begin with, even though him substituting for Wembanyama the rest of the season was not the original reason. But here's some highlights to prove that he belonged with us, even if it was only for like one half of a whole season.
Paul shifting gears, give it up. Biyombo slams it down.
Talked about it with both he and Ime Udoka.
How about the lob? Biyombo off the Fox dish.
That hurt him.
Jordan Hawkins just checked in, passing to Misi. He's blocked. 6 assists. Ball knocked around. Biyombo, that effort. Stolen. Barnes again. Another three. Biyombo rolling. Biyombo scoring.
Stop him looking off that high screen.
Biyombo down the lane for two. He's been shooting it 74% from the field.
Rebounding's got to be key.
12th in the NBA in three-point percentage coming into this game tonight. The sell, no, the putback by Biyombo. A true big man in the NBA. And it's something the Thunder had missed last year in their playoff run. Barnes wide open. 3 for 3. HB.
Hope you guys enjoyed those highlights as much as I did at the end of last season after Wemby went down with the blood clots at the All-Star break, because unfortunately we will not be seeing that again next year and beyond. And not that, he's going to be in the league forever, but obviously we knew he was not going to be a Spur long term, but it was nice to root for him. But it still hurts to see another homeboy that you pick on the team, on your favorite team, though, the prior season, only for them to all of a sudden leave after only 1 year, or maybe even a couple years, 2 or 3, even 4 years. But hey, it's all part of a business. It's sad, but I can't really blame them for getting their money that they worked so hard to get and rightfully deserve to have. With Wembanyama returning from those blood clots for his junior year in the NBA, and the addition of Luke Cornett and the imposter and Patty Mills number, Kelly Olynyk, to assist him at the front court at the big man position to add depth to the in the paint. Unfortunately, the services of my homeboys, Charles Bassey, as I addressed in earlier today's video, which was originally recorded a few days ago. And again, I had to redo that one because I had several big mistakes in that. I apologize for that. So the services of Bassey and after now Biyombo are sadly no longer needed, because then we would have too many bigs. And that's part of why, unfortunately, Mamu got the boot as well. So welcome to the Todd Bodine installment of Mark's Thursday Night Presentations, episode 26. So I'm here to bring you guys my thoughts on Biyombo's quiet departure. Now, I'm going to get this out of the way, a little bit of a brief, opinion on them Spurs getting rid of Bassey quietly. I don't know why they kept it under wraps as to why I understand why they got rid of Bassey, and it's sad because I liked him, and I understand why, because he could never stay healthy. He was always injured all the time, including that one season. I don't know if it was the season we were garbage to get Wembanyama in the draft in 2022-23, or Wemby's first season. I don't fucking remember. It was one of those 2 seasons where Bassey was with us, and he was hurt for most of it because of a torn ACL, so if someone could correct me in the comments. I know it happened, I just don't remember which season of the 2. So I don't blame him for us for getting rid of him. I mean, whether he wanted to stay or not. I mean, he did go try out for the Boston Celtics in their summer league, and it almost worked out for him in the end, but unfortunately he did not make the final big boy roster. So he either may be out of the league next, or going to go to play overseas, or just might call it a career. At best, if I were him, I wouldn't risk it and would just call it a career, just to spend more time to myself, with my having more family time and spending time doing whatever he wants. It sucks, but it's another one of those San Antonio what ifs. What if he never got injured and was able to show off his potential that we all knew he had, except for that. But other than that one game against Utah in San Antonio in the SBC Center, when he and Zach Attack Collins tore that shit up like Terry Labonte and turned into prime Tim Duncan and David Robinson to combined together as the Twin Towers from 97 to 03 against former Spurs great Patty Mills and that useless shitbag that once, stunk up the joint like Terry Labonte when he was with us during the COVID years, the 2019-2020 season pre-pandemic, and of course the COVID vaccine short 2020-2021 season, and only the first half of the 2021-22 season after the part 3 of the Kelly Berglund birthday miracle against the Cavs here in Ohio, where Brian Wright Pop in the front office blew up the whole team, drew shitbangs. So therefore, I mean, Bassey and Zack Attack with them being both. Isn't it funny how Zack Attack not once but twice, really, proved the shitbanks who his fucking daddy is? Well, Trey Jones in that 21-22 season was part of the first time Zack Attack did that, against when shitbanks was with the Blazers, after the Pontiac Excitement 400 at Richmond. And then I think Zack Attack had help from said player we're talking about, Bassey, showing, shitbanks who his daddy really is. So Zack Attack Collins, Trey Jones, and Charles Bassey, all former Spurs who I rooted for, are all own Drew shitbanks. So therefore, all three of them beat the piss out of shitbanks every time he came back to play against his former team that, where he really sucked. So therefore, fuck Drew shitbanks and everything he stands for. I'm glad that Use the Shitbag is off my team, and that Zack Attack, showed him who his daddy was twice, and Trey Jones showed him once, and Charles Bassey showed him once. So yeah, it was against the Jazz where Shitbanks was playing with Patty again in San Antonio in the SBC Center, where Bassey turned into prime Tim Duncan and Zack Attack turned into prime David Robinson. And it sucks that we only got to see Bassey's potential over just that one game, and we never got to see it on a more consistent basis because he either barely got playing time, or when he did get playing time as the next man up, guess what? He didn't do so well. He didn't do so well. He didn't replicate that performance that against the Jazz, where he was assisted by Zack Attack, where they turned into the big fundamental in the Admiral for that one night. And, either those two reasonings or the fact that he was always injured all the time. So if I would hit Bassey, I would not, take the chance at injuring myself even further or again. And I would just call it a career if no overseas team bought me. So best of wishes to Charles Bassey. But anyway, let's address the real elephant of the room. Bismack Biyombo, number 18. So therefore, it was nice to have a couple big man players like Duncan and Robinson and even Mamukele Zili and Zack Attack on the team to cheer for over the years. But I get it. It's part of a business and it's all about the money and that the players deserve to get. But I had this gut feeling, even though I deeply inside did not want to believe it, just like with Bassey, that Biyombo was gone since when we signed the false Patty Mills as well as Luke Cornett. But, I deeply was hoping that we could keep him, even if when he was kicked down below the death chart, But, again, it would have been too many bigs had we kept him and Bassey around. So, but my only issue is not that we got rid of them. I was fine. I would have been upset either way if no matter how they got rid of them, even if they announced it to the whole world. But I do not like the fact that with Bassey, they kept getting rid of Biyombo under wraps. It's like, why didn't the Spurs say anything like they did with Mamu and B West? I just don't get it. It was driving me crazy for this whole offseason. It was driving me crazy. I could have had a video on both of them a lot sooner, but they decided to wait until just now to say something. It's like, better late than never, I suppose, but I don't like it when teams do that, whether it's your favorite team or in basketball or any sport or any other team that's aside your favorite in basketball, baseball, hockey, or the bitch-ass football, the most overhyped and overrated sport in America, which is the devil, except for high school and middle school football when you have real-life friends and are still in school that play football. That's the only kind of football that matters, but that's neither here or there. But I just want to wish the best of luck to Biyombo and hope another NBA club picks him up this time for a whole season, the games 1 through 82, and not just from the All-Star break and all the way to the end. So therefore, It sucks. I get it. You know, all the homeboys are gone. No more Bassie. No more Biyombo. No more Zack Attack. No more Trey. No more Mamu. No more B-West. I get it. But like I said, it's all about, it's a business. It's all about the money. And I don't blame these players, including the ones we cheer for, that we aren't our favorite team until they go ahead and leave, you know, for getting the money they exactly deserve. So, and now that I say that, watch all these dudes I mentioned turn into prime Michael Jordan with their new teams this upcoming year. I mean, Zack Attack and Trey didn't get a chance to do that with Chicago because they weren't there long enough, but now they're going to have their first full season in Chicago, and now B-West is going to be Damian Lillard's backup point guard, and Mamu Kellavili, whatever role the Raptors give him, is probably going to be bigger than what we gave him. Now watch these, or wherever Biyombo decides to go next. Yo, I know Biyombo's going to get picked up by an NBA team. It's just a matter of when. And if Bassie's lucky to not only be picked up by an NBA club and stay in the NBA, but also even luckier to stay healthy, watch all these dudes, like every other motherfucker that leaves the Spurs, go on to turn into prime Michael Jordan. Like, dear Lord, I hate it here. But that's enough rambling for me for tonight. Let's get off this thing and, you know, go ahead and have a drink and, you know, hopefully find whatever it is to eat for dinner. So have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night. I will see you all for that next video, whenever that may be. So see you later, everyone. But don't forget, the End of Summer Explosion starts tomorrow, which Lorain County Fair Adventures Episode 6, which was recorded on Sunday, will be premiering sometime early midday tomorrow while I'm to the point with my work. And so therefore you already know the schedule from August tomorrow through Saturday, and the whole of all of next week, August 31st, September 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and beyond, to close out Season 5 of Fun in the Sun and kick off Season 5 of Adventures in Autumn. See you later, everyone. Go Spurs, go Spurs, bitch. Oh mama, Wembenyama, swipe of the fox. Good luck, Bassie and Biyombo. Go Spurs, go!
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.